Welcome back to the Moxie Media and Promotions table here at the 2016 Northwest Race Car Show, presented by Jetstream Aqua Massage and Moxie Media Promotions. My name is Corey Penfold, being joined with Paul Moses from High Octane Diecast. Paul's notorious for raising funds for those who need it. He's got a great product with a lot of the local stars and their diecast race cars, and we've seen some really cool, innovative things come out in 2016. Some new stuff going on with you, Paul?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you for having us sit down and share some of the information with you. 2016 is going to be a very busy year for High Octane Diecast, so we're looking forward to it.
Well, I know that this whole the car show and you guys having a booth here in the mall has kind of got a jump start on selling some product for you and drivers ordering cars for sponsors, and it's great to have events like this to get the season started and get that stuff out there for you. But so far, a good start.
Pretty good start, yeah.
So you've had a lot of things going on. You travel down to Mexico a little bit in the off season and back up here and at it hard like always. I mean, you work hard to provide these fans with a product that they can take home from their favorite drivers. Your 1/24th scale diecast cars are, really second to none. It's a quality product. You've got several graphics companies that you work with to get the graphics on these cars because the demand is so high in certain areas that you can't keep up with just one graphic designer, correct?
Yeah, correct. Without the graphic designers that we're working with, the companies, they actually make this thing go. Because I'm a one-man show, basically, at the track, getting the orders, processing, making the cars, and there's a lot of work to all of that. So, yeah, if it wasn't for, and I'll take a quick moment to name them all off, because without these guys, High Octane is not in existence. Driving Force Graphics out of Bend, Charlie James Graphics, Sign Express, Finish Line Graphics. There's a couple other ones, East Coast wise, that we use. War Paint. We've gotten way bigger than we ever thought we would. So the people that we're working with, it's basically all over. We need to kind of set up a map of how many cars we've sent all over. It started Northwest, and we've went to the Midwest. We've done cars on the East Coast. They're all over.
Well, and that's the thing, is this company, the High Octane deal, really has grown nationally in such a short amount of time. You being a one-man show with a full-time job and a family, I don't know how you do it. It's a lot of work, and that's why you see that people have asked, well, why does he work with so many different graphic companies? Well, you have to, because Darren Kofffel's got his group of cars that he designs, and Finish Line, they've got their group up north by Portland, and Charlie James here in the Mid-Valley in Oregon, he's got a lot of guys he works with. It just makes it easier for you to get that product faster and keep things rolling, right?
Yeah, it's like I said, it's without them, it goes. They've designed the big car. Nothing better than to have a smaller replica of your car. Great tool for sponsors. That's basically how we kind of grew this thing right off the bat, and it makes it unique. They'll put it in their store. The actual fans will go in. I hear this all the time. Hey, we went into such and such store. We seen one of your cars. That's how this thing grows.
Yeah, that's it. On top of something for a kid to take home of his favorite driver, autographed or whatever, it's fantastic promotional item, and you're seeing a lot more of that here just in the last couple seasons. Drivers buying 10, 12, 15 cars at a time to give their sponsors to hand out, and that's an awesome thing. It's kind of a deal where they can go to the racetrack and say, hey, look, East Side Paving on the side of Joey's car. Those guys that work there, they go to the racetrack and they see Joey Tanner's car out there with their company name. Gives them a little bit of pride and something to root for.
Yeah, exactly. Great tool for a company to jump on board with one of these race cars and to be able to have a replica like that. I've actually had an order placed this last year where the owner of the company actually bought cars to give to his employees for a Christmas present, which was kind of cool. We're going to kind of expand out a little bit this year, and if you're a local company that wants to have your design put on a car, we can do that. They're great promotional pieces.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of that, especially here just in the Mid-Valley alone, around the Willamette Speedway area. It's really getting to be a big thing with the fans and drivers and companies that are supporting that racetrack. But something new for you in 2016 as well. On top of the High Octane Diecast and the family and the full-time job, now you've got the Junior Dirt Slingers Kids Club at Willamette Speedway. Something that you've kind of, you're working with multiple tracks on this deal. I know there's been a lot of work and a lot of talk has gone into this. You have had had no problem getting people to support this deal. I'm looking at a list of sponsors going, wow, this is impressive. Everybody wants to be a part of this. And because these are the kids, this is the next generation. We're giving these guys something to look up to and a way to feel like a part of the sport. But let's talk about the Junior Kids Club, because it was something that was there for a long time at your home track, Willamette Speedway, kind of faded off into obscurity, and then you brought it back. And man, buddy, you are hitting it wide open, full throttle.
So this 2016, we made a commitment to ourselves to get healthier. And one of the steps we did in that was going to have a lot of extra energy to burn off. Time management will become great skill that I'll have to learn. But as a family man with kids, there's nothing greater to take them and build them into a sport that you can bring the whole family to, get them involved. The interaction that we're going to have this year with the kids at Willamette, at Sunset, just being in the mall, putting it out here for people, there's a lot of new interest, a lot of new fans possibly going to be coming to the track with the promotion coming on.
Well, yeah, when you got the kids at the track having that much fun, the parents tend to have a little more fun as well. But, I mean, I'm looking at some of the sponsors you have on this list for the Junior Dirt Slingers Kids Club, and, I mean, everything from Caldwell to Reality to Doc's Photos. You've got Steve's Meat Shop, Lynn Benton Insurance, Fonfero Racing, Jim's Flag Sales, Maya Motorsports, Rob Maya jumping in, Stipe Engine Specialties, Schofield Carts and Parts, no surprise there. I mean, they're real active with the kids. Bridgeport Logistics, Vaughn Stone Racing, Independent Cincy Consultants, Dean and Tabitha Prather, they're big in the kart world, and they're not afraid to go race and to support something for the kids. And, Crocker's Cars, Schramm Excavating, Willamette Speedway, Sunset Speedway. I'm telling you right now, we're going to jump on board with this at Moxie Media. We're going to throw in and help support that cause and kind of back you guys up, because it's a great deal. Without the kids and those guys coming up, staying involved in this sport, we don't really have a real strong foundation.
And that's the thing, as the racing family is growing and growing, sometimes the kids get lost in the whole thing. And ultimately, they are the fans. They're our next generation. And if there's no drive for them to want to do what we're doing now, it's kind of a lost thing. So bringing it back, kind of to go back with this whole kids club has been working for like about a year now. And so the pre-work was kind of laid of getting the support behind me. But to just throw a thing out on Facebook and say, hey, how many people financially can help support this thing? Because it has to support itself while we're at the track. And with no time at all, and I'm talking a couple hours on Facebook, we had way more than we thought we could use at that point. But with doing multiple tracks, you're going to need a lot of sponsors to be able to do this. And the thing is these guys love it. They absolutely love getting behind a program for the kids. The smiles on their face, that's the huge thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's worth it all right there. Now, with this kids club, let's kind of talk about how parents can get their kids to be a member of the Junior Dirt Slingers Kids Club and kind of what the kids are going to get out of this. And I know there's some T-shirts involved, that are available. And let's just talk about membership.
So what we decided, and let's just go back a little bit farther. Technically, going into this thing, it's always been called the Junior Pit Crew Club at every track I've ever been to. We kind of wanted to bring a whole new thing to it. So again, through Facebook, threw it out there. We had a naming contest, and we actually come up with Tony Breakall from the number 13 late model and modified this year was the winner. We got to had 5 great names, and then went to our members, our sponsors, and let them vote on it. And then we ended up voting as a group for Junior Dirt Slingers. And very fitting name for what it is. And so what we come up with is we're going to have shirts. We'll be at Willamette and Sunset, like I said. It's going to cost them $10 to join. That's for the whole year. And that's either if they're wearing the shirt at Willamette or at Sunset, you'll get a membership card. And with that, every time they show up at the track, they're wearing their shirt. You're going to come up and meet one of the representatives from the Junior Dirt Slinger. And you'll get a small prize. It may be a tattoo, it may be a sticker, it'll be whatever it be. You're going to get something. You'll also put your name in at that point. Throughout the night, we'll have bonus prizes, is I guess what we're going to call them. It could be anything from presenting a trophy dash winner with the trophy to we have some other special big prizes. I can't let everything out of the bag, but you're definitely going to want to join. As soon as we hit the track and you see us at a track, you're going to want to sign your kid up.
Well, you and I have talked quite a bit about this over the winter months and a little bit before this off the air, and you talk about the big prizes. I'm telling you, if you're a parent listening to the broadcast on Spreaker or you're following us here in the Mid-Valley on Moxie Media Promotions, you guys get your kids involved, because some of the prizes on here, we're talking some value. I mean, these are some big deals and some big items that will light your kid's face up, and I'm telling you, the $10 you spend to get in to win something like this is going to pay off, 10, 20 times by itself.
Oh, yeah. And just being at the mall, I bet you 5 or 6 different drivers walk up to me and pull me off to the side and say, hey, I got a special idea I want to do with this kids club. So it's continually growing. I mean, this is just a continuing progress. Definitely get your kids signed up. We're on board to take on 300 shirts right off the bat. I bet they're gone within the first month.
Well, seeing the popularity at your booth this weekend over there in front of Jetstream Aqua Massage, I mean, you've been busy. I mean, there's no doubt. I've seen a lot of people signing up for that, and that's a great thing. And that really just goes to show the camaraderie and the fellowship and just the foundation that we have here in the local racing scene. And there's no doubt that's going to expand, because their friends are going to tell each other, hey, look, I joined in this, I got this T-shirt, and I got this cool prize, and, well, I want to be a part of that. So now parents are talking and coming to the racetrack. This is going to be a great thing, not just for the kids, but for the racetracks themselves. And you are one of those guys that really, you spend a lot of your own money to promote these shows at whether it's Cottage Grove or Willamette or Sunset or the track in Washington. I mean, you've talked about going down south. You're one of those guys that will spend your own money to promote the show just because you're going to be there. And man, that is awesome. It's guys like you that make this sport continue to grow and the foundation even stronger. But this deal here for the kids, well played. It's going to be a good deal for all the parents at the track, all the kids, and I'm looking forward to being a part of it and helping you out with whatever we can here at Moxie.
Yeah, we got some really cool presents. I'll call them presents, because these guys have went out. They have X amount of dollars that they spend on their race program. These guys are cutting into that racing budget to get on board with this thing, and I'm kind of flattered by that. They see that there's a need for this to be out there, and jumping on board and growing this thing. If one of the names of the tracks that you visit is not on this list, let them know. Let them know that you want to see it at their track next year, because I see it growing to be, I don't know how many tracks we have in the Northwest, but I bet it's going to be at every one next year.
Knowing you, I would not argue that fact, because I know how hard you work. But yeah, it's an awesome deal, and we're going to do something with you guys. But back to High Octane Diecast. I mean, you guys are really starting to. It's not just about selling the product for the sponsors or for the fans and stuff. You guys have done so much for families in need. It's about giving back to the community that helps support your company. And I mean, some of the stuff you've done, even over this last winter for Christmas, you guys pulled off in a short amount of time something that would be nothing short. I would call it a Christmas miracle. And what you guys do on behalf of the whole racing community, Paul, I want to say thank you, because you guys are just, I mean, you're such a family-oriented man, and you're helping so many people with things that truly are needs.
Right. It was the Christmas gift that we did. Again, there's the racing family jumping right in as soon as I put it out there. And it was nice to cover not just the metro or I would say the central Willamette Valley. We made trips to Portland. We went towards Eugene area. The need is out there, and these guys stepped up. It was actually a bonding thing for my family, because we all kind of come together. There's nothing greater than to see somebody in need and you're able to help and give out, because that's really what the true meaning for Christmas was, and it was a no-brainer for us.
Well, you guys put that together, and I don't think you expected things to happen the way they did, because it sent your family in a high gear scramble to really get this thing done. I mean, gifts came in from all directions, and before you knew it, you had a garage full of gifts to give to families, and you're going, we don't have anywhere to put this stuff. What are we going to do? And it wasn't just about the toys. It was clothing. I mean, you really helped out a lot of local families in need, and man, that does nothing but solidify the sport of racing in the local communities, and you're going to see the support come back on that. And that's just, it's guys like you that's like, I can't say it enough, that really help everybody in the race world out. And I appreciate being able to work with you on some of the shows that we do together and being a part of this Junior Dirt Slingers Kid Club. We're going to have some fun this year. It's going to be a great season.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And as we do these events, when we make the donation